both MCs prove something with this song. Subscribe. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Brews and Reviews. It's Knowledge, and today I'm reviewing Baby Keem and Kendrick Lamar's Family Ties, and I am sipping on a Red Stripe. Hey, this is a classic. I know it's a lager, but I can sip on the classics too. I gotta do a classic for a K.Dot drop. This is a 4.7% coming from Jamaica lager. You already know. Let's get into this track. Baby Keem has connections, probably the best connection you could have as an up-and-coming rapper. He's cousins with pretty much the undisputed current king of hip-hop, beloved by mainstream and underground heads alike, and you can see the connection on this cover. It's really dope that they had this picture and chose to use it as the cover because it is an homage to Good Kid, Mad City, Kendrick's major label debut, so they're drawing the connection between that and what Baby Keem might do. But it also shows their relation, which you can see right here, and you can see the age difference and how one was a mentor for the other. I think Kendrick Lamar is about 34 right now, and Baby Keem is 20. So 14 years apart. They're probably about 19 and 5 in this picture. K.Dot's position on rap's pedestal is unparalleled and undisputed. There are very few in the game at this point who could not drop an album for 5.5 years and then drop a guest appearance on an unknown's track and still be the #1 song in the country, probably the world. Especially since he's been very sparse with the tracks and guest appearances since that last album in 2017. In fact, in 2020, I think he only had one guest spot, and that was on Busta's track, and that was actually recorded much earlier, so nothing he even recorded came out in 2020, and 2021, this is his first one so far. Completely unheard of in the Griselda marketing age where you're dropping albums every couple months just to stay relevant. And K.Dot's next album at this point is reaching detox levels of anticipation and seeming delays. And just like his big boss Dre, part of that is because he's getting more into the business side, which means this Baby Keem album is probably gonna come first on the pgLang imprint. And with that kind of anticipation of his next project, I can't even imagine the pressure that's on him to make sure that it's dope. Most people would choke under that, but here he is on this, rhyming at an elite level. Family Ties has a slew of producers, as you can hear from the many beat changes, and it kicks off with some horns and some deep bass. With Baby Keem's verse, you can definitely hear the relation to Kendrick, although a little bit higher, squeakier, and a little trap influenced at times. But he's definitely got a different flow distinctive from his cousin. On the first part of his verse, we do get some familiar subject matter talking about his experience growing up, what he had to deal with, and also getting his shot. And his ability to ride different beats is very evident from the time that we get a beat switch about halfway through his verse. And a little sage advice and respect for his cousin, he says, avoiding the trends and ducking the hoes. I'm ducking the loonies that come with the shows. I'm grateful to Man, he opened up doors and bung on the tour bus to come and compose. We get another beat change, a little instrumentation to build the anticipation for K.Dot to come on, and he's just kind of speaking at first. And at this point, we don't know exactly what he's going to do, if he's just gonna speak a little bit on this track, or maybe he's just gonna do a small chorus. This is all definitely calculated for a effect, but it's evident from the first bars that he ain't skipping on this one. He says, I am the Omega, pgLang, Rolly Gang, SIE. Don't you address me unless it's with 4 letters. I thought you'd know better. I've been ducking the pandemic. I've been social gimmicks. I've been ducking the overnight activists. Yeah, I'm not a trending topic. I'm a prophet. So much said there, from the 4 letters being GOAT to letting you know that he's not publicizing his activism. Like, people were questioning him why he wasn't out there making statements about George Floyd, but he let his actions speak for him. He's not about publicizing or being a social media trend. And not only do we have beat switches, but we have the much more difficult to achieve flow switches from K.Dot, one of the many characteristics to why he's considered one of the greats. And he's switching back and forth, almost sounding like he's having a conversation with himself. And as that flow kicks in, he's kicking out jewel after jewel, so much to the point that you might be mesmerized by the flow and not even notice what he's saying lyrically, from his wrist being on chirotherapy to show my ass and take y'all to class. I can multitask like Megan, brother. To the Elohim, the rebirth. Before you get to the Father, you gotta holler at me first. I think this all proves, as he also says, that he's taken no prisoners in 2021. Hopefully that means that we'll get an album this year from him, but I don't think so, in my opinion. Maybe another verse or 2 on the Baby Keem project, which I think will definitely drop this year, and I think he's much more focused on at this point than his own album. Either way, both MCs prove something with this song. Keem proved that he can hold his own and sound like he belongs on a track with the greatest MC of this generation. And Kendrick proved that even though he's been quiet, he hasn't fallen off, and all of the hype that's been building is still gonna be worth it when that project finally drops. Thank you for watching my review of Baby Keem and Kendrick Lamar's Family Ties. If you like this, go ahead and hit like now and hit me up in the comments. If you didn't like it, also let me know why in the comments. I drop hip-hop and hops related content consistently, so subscribe to my channel now, and until I see you next time, keep buzzing.